What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Stonadge channel. And for a rarity of a pre-recorded video, I know it shows how much little is going on in the football world at the moment that I'm actually doing a pre-recorded video instead of a stream. And yeah, today we're going to be talking about the thing below: Bellingham being a toxic transfer. Now, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, please do, because we're going to be talking so much about the future of Jude Bellingham, whether he should come to Liverpool, and whether the ship has sailed. But first, the intro. So we've all heard the story. Jude Bellingham linked to Liverpool for the last 2 years. People seeming to know things that others don't. Always the consistent link is Jude Bellingham to Liverpool. Consistently. No matter how well Liverpool are doing, no matter how poorly Liverpool are doing, it always seems to be whatever happens with our midfield, Liverpool can bank on Jude Bellingham signing for the football club. Now, there's several things that I'd like to say personally here before I get started on this. I have no inside information on Jude Bellingham, so I am not clouded. My bias is not clouded whatsoever. And I'm a massive Liverpool fan, so I want this to happen. But there's several reasons why I think it won't, and there's several reasons also why I think it might be, as I've put below, a toxic transfer from start to finish. So Jude Bellingham's been linked to Liverpool since he was at Birmingham City. It's a long, long time. Obviously, the club have been tracking him since he was a teenager. He still is a teenager, like an early teenager. His family are widely known as Liverpool fans. A lot of attention has been drawn to his father, and potentially, things have been saying, "Oh, we'll give Bellingham's dad a job" and stuff like that. Just any way to get Jude Bellingham in. So we've been linked with him for a long, long time, even pre-Dortmund, pre-England, pre him becoming this world superstar that he is now. And I think we have to recognise him as a world superstar. He is. Now that can do one of several things. I think Jude Bellingham is a man of mentality, great mentality. He's proven it previously. He's got such a mature head on young shoulders, but it would be really, really difficult to ignore the attention that he's getting, and it is arguably more than I've ever seen for any player to any club over any period of time ever. When you mention Jude Bellingham, the fact that the first thing you think of is Liverpool. The first thing when you type in on Google is probably Jude Bellingham to Liverpool. It's a toxic issue. He is not a Liverpool player. Liverpool have publicly admired the player. It's a problem. So if he does at one point arrive at the club, shall we say, the expectation, firstly, is going to be absolutely enormous. And if he doesn't arrive at the club, those who are tooting the Bellingham horn, and it's journalists, it's YouTubers, it's people, regular people, they're going to have a real egg on their face if he doesn't arrive. And secondly, they're going to have extreme disappointment if he does arrive and doesn't fix these problems. I take you back to Naby Keita to Liverpool back in 2018. Now, obviously, Naby Keita was not a world superstar like Jude Bellingham is. But the 6-month wait that Naby Keita had, I think, killed his Liverpool career before it was started. Yes, he walks away from Liverpool with all these trophies in hand, but the impact he had has been minimal. This is because of the unbelievable expectation put on the shoulders of Naby Keita because of that 6-month previous. I feel like we've already got this with Jude Bellingham 2 years in advance. It's all been Bellingham's going to save us. Bellingham's the problem solver. If he does arrive at Liverpool, we have to recognise that this is, he is not the He is not the solver of the problem. He is just a part of the solving of that issue in the new generation of Liverpool. Now, I spoke a lot on a video previously about the fact that I do not think Jude Bellingham will come to Liverpool, purely based on the facts. David Ornstein tweeted this week that it's growing increasingly unlikely. Clubs like Manchester City, Real Madrid and Manchester United are all heavily linked. I don't think he will. He'll go to another Premier League club the way that it's going. I think he will be a Real Madrid player come the summer with Luka Modric, Toni Kroos aging. They already obviously got rid of Casemiro, but that's by the by. With Jude Bellingham, as a young superstar, a world superstar, as I reiterate, Liverpool at the moment are not as an attractive proposition. Now, a lot of people have said to me, "Oh, player power, Chris. Maybe he wants to be this main character for Liverpool in the next 10 years." And I completely understand that. But at the same time, he could go and be a main character at Real Madrid. And seriously, he could be. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, you know, if you go to Real Madrid, you'll just be another player." We have to estimate the real power of this footballer. He is exceptional. He is already England's best midfielder, one of England's best players overall at 19, coming 20 years old. Like, we have to admit that's alien behaviour. Like, he is unbelievable, and he can only get better. Like, he will only improve with time gone by, with experience passed on to him. So why can't he go and be a main character at Manchester City or Real Madrid, or at a club that is in a better place than Liverpool? And I know people will say to me, "Oh, but Chris, it's Liverpool." And I understand this, you know, a club with heritage, a club with, you know, issues to solve in the coming years under a manager who is widely regarded as one of the best of his generation. But again, you can't tell me that other clubs don't offer that and aren't in a better position already. So, in terms of toxicity in this regard, I feel like already you can either see the fan base of other clubs. If he does arrive at Liverpool, immediately on his back, extremely difficult. We've seen it with Darwin Nunes this season, how difficult it is for young players to come and settle at Liverpool. He's done exceptionally well, in my opinion, to override them and actually convince people, actually, no, he is not an idiot. And I think Bellingham's got the mentality to do it. But it'll also create a resentment amongst our fans if we don't, you know, if he don't see immediate success with Jude Bellingham. He is seen as this panacea, when realistically he's not. You know, despite the fact he's a magnificent player, there's a lot more than Jude Bellingham to solve Liverpool's problems at the moment. So, what are the alternatives? Well, there is plentiful alternatives when it comes to Jude Bellingham. The fact that we just don't sign him is one, and we don't pay any attention to the midfield. That would be suicidal in football terms at the moment. We do sign him, and we sign one or two others, which I think would be the best option, if I'm being honest. If you look at Liverpool's midfield, it's been confirmed today that Artur is not staying at the club. It's been confirmed, you know, that the other players are leaving. James Milner's up in the air, and he's 37 years old. Jordan Henderson's 33. Fabinho's approaching 30. Thiago's approaching 32. So you're looking at a midfield that's aging, and a midfield that's depleted, and a midfield that's injury prone. So, you know, realistically, Liverpool are going to need to buy in bulk this summer. Oxlade-Chamberlain's leaving, of course. Naby Keita's leaving too. Thank goodness, in my opinion. These players need to be rid of, but Liverpool need to replace the depth they have with more quality in depth and more young players in depth. I think Stefan Bajcetic has solved an issue that of Fabinho cover that was going to be sorted. I think, despite the fact he's out until the end of the season, he's an integral part of the squad going forward. He's a first name in the midfield for me at the moment, going into next season. Tyler Morton is also returning. He's had a fantastic season for Blackburn Rovers. I think he will be part of that quality in depth that we talked about. So then what does that leave you? So you're losing Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Milner, Artur. That's 4 midfielders. Potentially Curtis Jones, if he does decide to leave on loan. I would keep Curtis Jones as that quality in depth, which many people won't agree with, but I still think he's got a lot to go for in a Liverpool shirt. So then you're left with Jordan Henderson 33, Fabinho 30, Thiago 32, Bajcetic 18, and Curtis Jones 21. They're your 5 midfielders. I think that's a problem. So signing one player in Jude Bellingham, who's likely to cost more than 100 million, would be ridiculous. So there's your option. You need to sign more than one, which for me would be my personal choice. You sign Bellingham and you sign 2 other midfielders. Those names are to be discussed. Or then the other option is you don't sign Bellingham and you sign, say, 3 midfielders for the same price. Now, I think this is a feasible option. Of course, Mason Mount has been heavily linked recently to a move to Liverpool. You've got Manu Kone, who's been linked to every club under the sun at the moment. So many options in midfield. You either go for bulk, or you go for quality mini bulk potentially, or you go for none at all. Now, I don't think we'll go for none at all, but that again is impacted by the Champions League. Now, I know people will say to me, Chris, the Champions League doesn't matter. Liverpool are Liverpool. It's not true. These players want to play it at an elite level. You're telling me Jude Bellingham or AN other wants to come and play on a Thursday night? Really? Really? Or even no European football at all? Really? There's only one way he's going to do that. Money. Do Liverpool have money? No. So, look, I think from top to bottom, and I don't blame Jude Bellingham in this at all. I think he seems like a really nice guy, and he's a fantastic footballer. But from top to bottom, it's a toxic transfer. From the expectancy of the fans, to the expectancy of journalists, to the complacency of the media that Jude Bellingham will be a Liverpool player. It's a toxic from top to bottom. And there's plenty of other options out there. Whatever. But he still seems like the best one. So let me know what you guys think on the Bellingham situation. Is he a toxic transfer? Is he already, signing a contract to be a Liverpool player? What do you think? And what will you think in the coming months? To be honest, it's tiring me out. The whole talk of it. It's tired me out over the last 6 months working in content. I think I've mentioned his name probably every single day. So I'm tired of it, and I want the situation to be dealt with and done. Whether it's this summer or whether it's pre the summer, I don't care. Just get it done. Or not done. Just make your mind up, lads. Anyway, I will catch you in a stream or a video very, very soon. See you later. Bye-bye.